So how was your day one?
Sir, it was kind of okay only, sir.
So what did you try to do? What happened?
Actually, I completed security valuation,
Hmm.
portfolio,
Hmm.
and mutual funds also. I have completed almost. Like
Hmm.
it's done 70 to 80%. It's done,
Hmm.
and mergers is pending.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
Actually, the one reason I think it was because from past 1 or 2 days, I was not sleeping
Oh,
like enough.
physical
So
energy. Yes.
I
Yes.
slept today for 1 or 2 hours.
I understand. Okay. So what are the technical? Now this will be sorted in 2 3 days. This is a routine issue. So
Hmm.
what are the technical issues which you faced while you are trying to solve? So what are the challenges you faced?
So like I didn't face much challenges because I had the solution. So whatever question I was not able to
Hmm.
like get in one go, I just referred the solution. But 1 or 2 questions after referring the solution, also I was not
Not
able
able
to
to. Hmm.
comprehend it.
Hmm.
So that was there,
Hmm.
and some few like what to say, there were some basic questions regarding which formula to use or something like that. That's it.
Hmm. Hmm. So let's say. Harshni, so you mentioned in the morning that for every question, it is
Yes,
better to make adjustment summary.
yes, sir.
How can you give an example of how it can be done? Like one of the tips which you're talking about is, let's say, question processing and summary of adjustments. Now, how can this be done?
So for what I did was for every question that is
Hmm.
tricky, I noted down this you know, formulas used in this entire sum in a small simple steps format. So that helped a lot.
Hmm.
Like what is the adjustment I'm finding it difficult, that step I highlighted and had it in hand.
Hmm. Okay. So, how can Taran pick it up from the beginning? Let's say now in 1 or 2 days he'll be coming into the game. So, how do you translate or how do you explain this to Taran?
So he had mentioned that he was not able to follow a sum or solve a sum. He was
Hmm.
referring the answer. So
Hmm.
even after referring the answer, I would suggest he works it out again, and while solving he marks where he struggled to, which
Hmm.
step was difficult, he was facing
Hmm.
difficulty in making that adjustment, and mark it down so that next time if you refresh it, it'll be enough.
Okay. Okay. So, Taran, what are the chapter you are doing right now?
Now I'm yet to start a chapter. Like I'll be starting mergers.
Mergers, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say, hmm. So Archini, I want you to spend some time. Okay, the objective of this conversation is, let's say Taran might need 3 to 6 hours for this. Now, you by investing, let's say half an hour or something like that, he should be able to do it faster and better. Now, these are some of the aspects which IC is expecting to understand. So let's say when you say reverse merger, what exactly is the fundamental difference between this and this? How do we do it differently? Or in terms of financial restructuring versus ownership restructuring, what is the difference? So quickly take him through the most important adjustments. It's completely focused on the problem solving. So he already has an idea, he already has a base. So we are trying to accelerate his problem solving ability to score more in the numerator. Okay, so just give him some insights either through your notes or either through this, and then you can leave him. Okay, so he should be able to do it better. See how we can give him a heads up for this chapter so that the direction, it's like a GPS map. You're giving him a map to do this. So if you want to use this, this is the context, or if you want to write something, write it here, the points, whatever it is, make sure it is captured. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give you meeting control to both of you. So whichever material you want to use, so share it, and the objective is how do you reduce 2-3 hours by you investing this 20-30 minutes.
Okay.
So have this conversation. We'll once again connect tomorrow. So once you give me an update around 12 o'clock tomorrow, if he has covered some, let's say 40 marks reasonably, let us make him write the test and see. Otherwise, we will slightly extend the study period and then we'll write it. Okay. You can update me around 12 o'clock Ashwini tomorrow. Now it's over to you. Okay. Yeah.
Just give me a minute, I'll take my
Yeah.
notes. Hi, Taran. So I'll just give the overview of the formulas involved in this chapter. So yeah, mergers and acquisitions, it predominantly deals with two companies merging, right? So there are sums on which we have to find exchange ratios. So the basic formulas involved are EPS, MPS, PE ratio, and book values calculations. And then from that, we'll be arriving at exchange ratios for the companies. How much should the acquirer, how many shares should the acquirer give out, and whether the acquiring company should accept those number of shares, whether it is beneficial for the acquiring company, is it losing any value? That will be the conclusions that we have to arrive in this, predominantly in most of the questions. And so here the main formula for exchange ratio will be target company's parameter by acquiring. One minute. I'll just quit and rejoin for me to share the screen. I've changed the settings, so 2 minutes. Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes.
So the first formula is exchange ratio. Which will be equal to target company's parameter divided by the acquiring company's parameter. So this is in case of positive parameters. This is in
Arshni, are you writing something? Typing something?
yeah, is it visible? No.
No, no, it's not visible.
I mean, you're able to see the Excel screen, right?
Yeah, I'm able to see the Excel, but I'm not able to see what you're typing.
I mean, I have typed exchange ratio that is not visible.
No.
Or I'll just dictate the formulas. I mean, go through the formulas, it's fine, right?
Yeah, yeah, I have the book.
Okay. Okay, so the exchange ratio formula for positive parameters, if you have to take, you will take target by acquiring company. But if it's negative parameters like NPA ratio and all that, then we will take acquiring company by target company. Right.
Okay.
Like NPA, bad debts, all that is negative parameters.
Negative.
Then after finding exchange ratio, they will ask us to find the combined EPS of the company, of the merged entity.
Okay.
So for that, we have to find the total earnings of the merged entity, right? That will be the total earnings before merger of both the entities added together, divided by the number of shares that is existing after merger.
Okay.
So that will be existing shares of the acquiring company, and then exchange ratio into the shares of target company.
Okay. So what and all shares we have given that exchange ratio,
Yes.
additionally, we have to add that alone with the existing number of shares.
Yes, that will be the new number of shares existing after merger. So this will give out the EPS after merger.
Okay.
And if there is any synergy benefit, matlab after merger, because of this merger, because of the synergy between the two companies, there is increase in profit. If there is any statement like that in the question, then we will add that profit, change in profit also in the numerator. So they might either give it in absolute numbers or they will tell it in percentage.
Okay.
Because of the synergy benefit between the companies, the profit has increased by 10%, then we'll increase that 10%. So that using that will compute the revised profits, merged profits. Then from that we can, if they have given that the PV of the merged entity remains same, matlab it's same as the acquiring company. From EPS we can find out MPS, right? Because P is equal to MPS by EPS.
Yeah.
And then multiply that with the number of shares, and you will get market value after merger.
Okay, got it.
And there are cases where the acquiring company or the target company will want to maintain their EPS after merger also. So they'll quote this scenario and ask us to find the exchange ratio.
Okay. Reverse calculation kind of thing, is it?
Yeah, at that time we have to use EPS to find the exchange ratio. EPS of both the companies pre-merger will determine the exchange ratio for the companies to merge. Like if like A and B has to merge and A has an EPS of 10 and B has an EPS of say 8. They both want to retain this EPS even after merger. So right now they have to have an exchange ratio of 8/10. A is the acquiring company. If they have this exchange ratio based on EPS, then when we compute the EPS, combined EPS after merger, right? When we substitute in the formula, we'll arrive at the same EPS for both the companies based on this exchange ratio.
We can solve this by reverse calculation also, right? Like if we know the EPS before the merger and we need to find the exchange ratio after the merger. So after the merger, what and all earnings are there divided by the number of shares into the exchange ratio which we can find. Can we do like that?
Using that formula also, I think, yeah.
Like that one, we can take it as X or something.
There are sums in which, that formula also can be used. But generally, if they have given EPS of both the companies directly, we substitute and take exchange ratio is equal to EPS of the target company by acquiring company.
Okay, so if we want to retain the EPS, the exchange ratio will be EPS of target company by acquiring company only.
Yes.
Okay.
And similarly, if they have to protect their market value, it will be MPS of target by MPS of the acquiring company, exchange ratio.
The same thing as EPS only. Okay.
If they're asking this EPS in MCQs, you can directly solve using that EPS of target by EPS of acquiring formula. If they're asking in a full-fledged format, you have to solve it in that reverse calculation method.
Okay. What? Actually, in merges, right? When I was preparing, like I saw all the questions were somewhat similar kind of questions only. So I just went through the concepts and went for the exam. Like questions, I was not able to find any new questions or something like that.
There are only 3 different types of questions, I think. Maximum 4 types. Like that gross NPA, there is one question, negative parameter.
Okay. Uh,
That and this reverse calculation. There are different types of models, right? Chop shop, leverage buyout.
yeah, yeah. That's at the end of the chapter, right?
Yeah.
One second. Yeah, that I think I have to refer. Actually, that I missed it.
And also cost to the acquirer, that comparison, like that, there is one question.
Yeah, cost to the acquirer. Correct. What is it basically? It is like we calculate the eh, target EPS or something, and then we put it as cost to acquire. I'm not able to recall it. Can you explain that?
Yeah, one second. Is predominantly to calculate what value you have derived from this merger, value derived by the acquiring company. I'm just acquiring company. I'm just finding a question on that.
For mergers, like, should I just start by solving the questions, or like
Yeah,
first refer
so,
the
start by solving the questions, and if you're not able to, solve a particular adjustment, then refer that. That would work. Because most of the questions are similar. Mostly it is about computing the exchange ratio, combined EPS. Very
Okay.
rarely it's about that cost to the acquirer, and if there are any synergy benefits, then would that work out?
And like you mentioned it before, right? So if I'm not able to get a sum, rather than looking at the sum, I should practice it. So that should be done in the first revision, or like how, like in the first revision it should be done, right? This thing. In the second
Okay.
revision, we have to just refer what mistake we have done in that book. That only you meant to say, correct? Like in first revision, we solve the questions which we are not getting. Second revision, we just refer the mistake, what we did, and move forward.
Yeah. And if some you feel very tricky, that you can solve it entirely also.
Solve it.
Entirely the full sum.
Okay.
And there is also this concept of free float market capitalization. That's like they'll give you promoter percentage. So after merger, you will find the other, NCI, non-controlling interest, and find the free float. Whatever is the market capital, that you will multiply by that NCI shares.
Okay. So that is the free float market capitalization. You had one formula sheet, right? Like for AFM.
Yeah, I have.
Do you have it in PDF?
That's actually handwritten, so it's in physical.
Okay. Just
Hmm.
if you can share with me, it will be better. Like I'll just refer that.
Okay, I'll share for M&A and maybe this 3, 4 chapters that is scheduled.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that true cost of capital, I'm not able to.
True cost. Okay.
I'm not able to find the question in study mat. I'll share it later.
Okay. Like it will be there in this
Question bank.
Ajay question bank. I'll just refer that. If there is any doubt in that, I'll just ping you.
Okay.
Actually, I have found the question. It's question 32 only in Ajay's study mat.
I'm searching institute study mats.
It's actually May 19 paper question only, I think. One second. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
May
fill that and send you as a text.
That's it, right? In this chapter.
You can solve one sum per model and rest all you can just scribble and solve. So that would work.
Hmm.
This formulas I'll send. I would suggest you also make a list of the formulas as in when you're solving.
Yeah. Just one. I just had one doubt in this question. For security valuation. Not able to understand.
You will send a picture of that.
Yeah, it's sent.
That question 66 is it?
Yeah. We have to find the price of the share.
I'll just solve this once and get back.
Yeah. I didn't understand like they have solved in this thing also. Solution is given, but solution I didn't understand that. So you
What
just
part?
explain me once.
I'll solve it once and call you.
Okay. Yeah. Done.
And which part is it?
This is in this 1 second. I'll just check.
No. Which part is the doubt? I mean, what adjustment or anything like that?
Oh, the whole question itself, I'm not able to understand.
I'll just solve it once and get back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, then. You can continue with mergers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.